Hello everybody, welcome to episode 3 of my Let's Animate series, where I take you through a whole stop motion shot from beginning to end and show you exactly what goes in to making an effective stop motion animation. This is shot 1 of my Mustard Kendrick Lamar tribute music video thing. In the previous episode I animated shot 5. I think it was shot 5, it may have been shot 4. Whatever. Shot 1 is so simple. I have all my information written down right here. There's two things. At a second and 4 frames, the car is going to enter frame. That's like right when we're going to see the shadow enter. And then by 1 second and 18 frames, the car is going to come to a full stop, and we're going to have rack focused to the wheel. So what happens here is we're going to start focused on the ketchup packet. He's just going to be milling around. He's going to start looking like here. Then he's going to do like a boop, boop. He's going to do something like that where he's like looking there. He's going to take like 2 steps with his nubby little feet. Like boop, boop. He's going to look at camera. That happens. It's got to be before a second and 4 frames. So probably like 18 frames he'll come to a stop. Then this guy is going to enter frame, and we're going to rack focus to the wheel as he comes to a stop. And then that's going to be the whole shot. It's pretty short, it's pretty simple, but I'll start with a pop through because the simple things can sometimes fuck you up, The really simple ones are sometimes like, ooh, there's going to be something there, So we're going to do a pop through just to kind of figure out when I want things to happen, and like how long things should take. It's a second and 18 frames. That's 48 frames. That's not a lot of frames. So I want everything to be pretty tight and pretty like on purpose. As always, he's held on with black butyl. We're going to have him start like here. That looks f***ing stupid though. They could do better. I'm gonna put the goo kind of off to his left, because I feel like if it was more in the middle, you'd see it easier. How's that feel? Like a first pose. It's good, but there's some glare on him. So we want him more pitched forward, I think. Yeah, something like that's probably good. Alright, that's frame number 1. Now, this is a pop through, so I'm not gonna like go too hard on the animation. Do a little bend like he's getting ready to take a step. Yeah, that's pretty good. There, now it'll be like pretty low. And he's like almost getting ready to take that first step. Yeah, that's pretty good. Then like this foot like up. Here and there. Now, like ketchup packets, don't have feet. So you really gotta like imply that they have feet. You want to imply that it's got limbs and a body and stuff. So like what we're doing with the bend there, you see, is like we're like kind of setting up, or we're implying that he has a waist, and thus implying that he has an upper half of his body and a lower half of his body, which he totally doesn't. He's just a glob. But like that's what's so fun about ketchup packet animation is that you have so little. So like that so little needs to be used in a creative kind of manner. Yeah, that's a little aggressive though. He can be less. He can be less than that. Now he's like kind of shifting his weight to like this foot here. I'm kind of putting him in the wrong fucking place though. He should be in the right fucking place. That's my mistake. It's the wrong direction. So like I'm kind of faking. Like I'm kind of cheating him in the direction that I want. I mean, this is another good thing about doing a pop through is like you can kind of feel out what motion you really want him to do. Feel out like what he's really gonna do before you actually do it for real. I don't like what he does with the top of his head. Yeah, I really want it to feel like kind of lazy. Like he's not really, like he does this all the time. Like he's kind of not interested in really what's going on. It's kind of what I want. Which will be great, because then, when the car shows up and the Mustard pulls out an AK-47 and just like lights him up, You know, I think that's better. You know, him being like, "Dude, what's going on?" And then, and then he like dies. I think that's funny. That's more funnier than him being like afraid that he's gonna die and then he dies. Like him feeling like, oh, what's that? Yeah, that's probably good. I want it to feel really slow and lazy. Like he's barely paying any attention. That's the one. And now we switch it. We're gonna go at him with the second step now. Shouldn't be that much. That's still too much. We're gonna bring him back. Just a super lazy feel. Like he's barely even picking his foot off the ground. Okay, that's probably it. We're just gonna crinkle his like corner to imply that he has legs. Like this whole thing works because we're like implying that the character has limbs when they don't, or we're implying that they have appendages. Yeah, that's probably good. Then like finishing the step. Yeah, but back down. More down. That's good enough for a pop through, certainly. It's like everything is so important when you're animating a Ketchup packet. Like, everything is part of its character. Everything is connected. Yeah, sure, now we'll have one where he's like there. Yeah, that's probably good. Now you see that flicker there on the bottom? Between like these frames? That's me. That's me standing too close to the action and casting a shadow on the set. That's something I gotta watch out for when I do this for real. It's like the overhead light is like right over my shoulder. Yeah, something along those lines. This thing gets cocked back. Maybe not, maybe it stays where it is. That's probably fine. Especially for a pop through, that's definitely fine for a pop through. I like ending actions with things going in the direction that they weren't just going. I feel like that adds a little, that feels good most of the time. Like if you're ever wondering why the end of your moves don't feel right, it's probably because they just stop. But like even if you like take your hand and like do like that, you'll feel in your body. You should feel it like you're at its max point. Then there should be a frame where it like comes back a little bit. They see like ba, and I should come back a little bit, just a little bit, not like too much. When you do it too much, then it'll start to feel stupid. Yeah, it feels fine. Great, now we're gonna enter with the car. Now, what I really wanna find out here is when should the rack focus start? Like, should it start immediately when I see him? Or should it be like a little bit delayed? Because I feel like it should be a little bit delayed because like we're pretending that there's a camera operator. We're pretending that there's a guy racking the focus. I mean, there is, he's me, but we're gonna pretend that there's a little man. We're pretending that this is like a real film set. And like he can only rack like as quickly as his reflexes will allow him. Like it's not like a robot that is like starting to rack focus at exactly the right time. We want to give him like a little bit of like oopsie. That'll make it feel good, I think. Yeah, if there's like a couple of frames where it's just completely out of focus. Like how fast should it enter really? Yeah, that feels pretty good. And then frame after this one it'll probably start racking. But this is like a tricky thing. Like maybe it should happen instantly. Like maybe it should, I don't know. I definitely don't want it to feel slow. Yeah, definitely now it should start. Yeah, that feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. And now it'll go a little more. Now when I do this for real, I'm going to do this rack focus on ones. That'll make it feel really smooth. But for the pop through, I don't gotta do that. Now it's supposed to come to a full stop in like 2 frames. But I don't know if I'm ready for that. No, I don't think I am. Oh man, these wheels are not cooperating. They're not cooperating at all. What am I gonna do? Alright. Yeah, every time I put this guy in a position, he like rolls away from it. Like an asshole. So I'm gonna shove some butyl behind his back wheel here. That might help me. It should be pretty much in focus now. Yeah, that's it. Now he's gonna go just a little more. Right there is probably it. No, right there is probably. The wheels. No, the wheels. The bastard wheels. And then we like gotta start coming back. Because again, with this guy, I want it to go like wheels like roll. I want to get that like resettle here. Then like maybe one more tiny one. Ah, it's not even visible. Get like a little bit more. Oh, that's too much. Damn it. You douche. Almost. A little less. That's the one. And now it's going to start coming back. Yeah, that makes it feel a little zippier. There, and then like kick it back like that. Now I want it to go a little more forward to get that. That's too much. Yeah, maybe that is too much. Maybe I just want to. Yeah, it feels a little silly the way it is. Yeah, it feels a little too sudden. Like if I had more frames, I would want to do that, but I don't. Yeah, that's pretty good. And it was supposed to end 118. So it was supposed. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames longer than I thought it was going to be. Which that's probably fine. That's within an acceptable range. Like, yeah, I can have it start 6 frames earlier. That's fine. Or yeah, I can chop the last 3 frames off. Who cares? But I think I answered a lot of questions here. I think this is pretty much. I think this is pretty much it. But that'll do it for this one. Remember to dislike, and remember to unsubscribe, and remember to eat a big piece of shit and die. I love you.